What's up, everybody? I am back from Nashville. We're going to be getting going live here in just about 30 seconds. We got some charts to break down. We got some targets. We got some signals. And golly, was it a good time in Nashville. Met with so many people. And the vibe and where we all think this market is going is, it's going to blow your mind. But you are setting up. You're making sure that you're positioning your future. And that's what this is all about. So let's go ahead. Everybody hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, ding the bell. We're going to be getting going here in just a moment. Let's ride or die. Let's do it, baby. What's up, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Welcome to the BitLab Academy. My name is Kelly Kellum, and I am happy to be telling you what I'm going to be telling you today, what I'm going to be sharing with you, what I'm going to be showing you, because these markets are shaping up for, I can't be bullish enough, how asymmetric the risk reward opportunity is here, with everything setting up in our favor, and it is incredible. And we're still seeing right now on the charts, we're seeing it's still a beautiful setup where we've got a little bit of a rising wedge here, and we're rejecting right at this intersection point of the top of this resistance zone that's right in here, that's correlating perfectly with this trend line right here, as well as this larger trend line that we've had all the way back since March 13th. And then, of course, we have these order blocks that have been basically acting as a pretty strong resistance for the charts. And we're seeing, look, as soon as we tapped up into it, we're getting a little bit of sell-off. Does this mean the bull market is over? Absolutely not. We are, I could not tell you how incredibly bullish we are setting up. So what I want to see from everybody that's in the room right now, we are here. You could tell I'm hoarse from talking to so many people there at the conference. Met with the Altcoin Daily brothers and Benjamin Cowan and Xander Lorenzo, Alex Humphreys, the Crypto Banter crew, everybody. T Shroom, who's actually in the room with me right now. Pop in here, show some love.
What is up, BitLab Academy?
Are you bullish?
I'm very bullish. I am bullish, and we're moving to the downside. But what does that mean? It means you just buy more, baby. DCA and pray. You heard it. You heard it from the horse's mouth. We got a lot to talk about today, so we're going to get right on into it. The markets are crashing. No, they're not. Stop being a dud. The markets are just doing what they're doing. We're coming into a known level, and we are very likely soon going to be slicing through all this liquidity that keeps stacking up above us up here with people shorting this level. How could you short this level right now unless you literally are here just to donate your capital to somebody else? Are you here? I'm asking each and every one of you. Are you in the crypto market because you want to donate your capital to somebody that already has a boat? You're trying to help those rich elite folks out there, big money. Are you trying to help donate to their next vacation, to buy them that third vacation home? Or are you here to make money? Because this market is setting up for what I think is going to be one of the most bullish times in history. Multi-generational wealth opportunity is before our eyes. We are here and we are ready to get into it. So everybody hit that like button, show some love. Let's talk about what's going on. Coming back over to this chart, or the charts right here, we can see we're still holding. Let's go ahead and refresh this. We're sitting here at $2.42 trillion market cap, and we just saw some absolutely incredible things over the last couple days. That is a game changer for the awareness of Bitcoin. Understand, Larry Fink talking about Bitcoin is nice to us that are very aware of all these things going on in the financial market. But the majority of people don't know who Larry Fink is. They've never even heard of BlackRock. Trump, however, is, whether you like him or not, one of the most famous people in the world. And he just went on stage at the Bitcoin conference and it said some of the most bullish things that you could imagine. And we're going to see this have an effect over the next 6 weeks of what the perception is on just the general populace out there. So let's go ahead and look at this. I took this video. I was in the room, it is a different thing watching on TV than when you are in the room with Trump himself. And look at what he said, especially when he was talking about on day one firing Gary Gensler. Let me go ahead and unmute system audio. And this is what he said, and just watch how the room responded. Why is
Hold on one second. Let me change the audio. Where's the audio thing? Oh, one second. Every damn time I do something on the computer, system settings, audio. Essentially, what he says, God dang it. This is just working. Why is this not working now? Do I have to take this out? There we go. All right. So this is what he says. The room rises to a standing ovation when he says on day one he's going to fire Gary Gensler.
Let me say it again. On day one, I will fire Gary Gensler.
I mean, hopefully you guys can hear that on your end. On my end, it shows that it was sending audio, so hopefully you could hear that. Exit this, okay? I just want to make sure. Yeah. Okay. Now, the room erupted the second he said he was going to fire Gary Gensler on day one. And that's not the only thing he said. He just gave a lot. It was a completely shift in tone from what he said on media over the last few years. And we've already started seeing him talking broadly and very bullishly about the crypto markets over the last several weeks, couple months now. But doing this, this is being covered, internationally on media. This is absolutely incredibly bullish. And when we see what's going on here, we can see an absolutely shift in tone. So when we also see, as soon as he got off stage, Cynthia Loomis got up and said that they're proposing that the U.S. buys 1 million Bitcoin over 5 years. That's 685 Bitcoin every single day for 5 years. Let's see how this sort of pans out over time, because we are setting up again for the most bullish time in history that we have ever seen in this market. I could not be more bullish. And then we continue on here. We see today, remember the markets, ETF markets are closed on the weekend, not like the Bitcoin spot market, like and leverage market that all of us are participating in. There's a lot of people out there disproportionately as we look forward that are actually going to be probably more involved through buying ETFs than actually buying Bitcoin from exchange themselves. And we're seeing that as the market's open today. Look at this. Huge trading volume for the US Bitcoin ETFs. IBIT over $560 million in the first hours of trading. And number 5 in all ETFs, not just Bitcoin, but we see the QQQ here. We see the Russell 2000. We see the Treasury bonds. We see Van Eck, Semiconductor, Dow Industries. And look at this. It's positioned above all of these other ones. This is so bullish in terms of the appetite that we are seeing for Bitcoin in this market. Now, again, I share this just to remind each and every one of you, look at this. This is a trend of what we're seeing is how much it costs to buy a home if priced in Bitcoin. 2011, it would have been 77,000 Bitcoin. 2015, it would have been 1,500 Bitcoin. 2020, only 60 Bitcoin. And this year, only 7.14. And this is to buy an average priced US dollar home. If you measure this in the value of how much Bitcoin it would take to purchase, this is why I Bitcoin. Things are so bullish right now. And then the destruction of the US dollar. Your money is now losing close to 1% of its value every 30 days, according to labor and bureau data. This is incredible. This is why I Bitcoin. And I'll share this in the live chat there, because I want if you can retweet this, let people know, because there's still people that do not understand the destructive properties the US dollar has in terms of valuing your time. You're all out there making money. You're trading your time for money. And that money is being devalued, thus suggesting that your time is less valuable over time. The way you spend your energy to work and trade for currency is being devalued, thus stealing time from you, stealing your economic value. But if you're holding your wealth, if you're storing your wealth in Bitcoin and the crypto market, you are setting yourself up for absolute success. Now, I do want to just say before we continue on, shout out to our channel partners, CoinW. Big love to them. I got to meet with their team quite a bit this week at the Bitcoin conference. We're going to be kicking off this live trading school that all you need to do to join this is click on that link. It's pinned in the top of the comments. Right now it says $30,000 up to $30,500 in bonuses. Just join there. I'm going to post this in the live chat again. It is also down below. It is also down below the video. If you look at the description right here, come right here to more, and you see this first one right here. Join us here, deposit $100 USDT. That's going to give you access to the live training and live trading sessions that we're going to be doing. So get involved, sign up with us there. You also help and participate in helping support this channel grow over time. So big love to each and every one of you. Let me see, we got 49 people. Got a little bit light today. I guess everybody's not excited about the price action, but you should be, because this is a setup that you want to look for before we enter in the very exciting, the most exciting period of the crypto cycle is coming ahead. Now, we also see him say this. Let me see if you guys can hear this. 1 second.
It will be the policy plan today. I am announcing that if I am elected, it will be the policy of my administration, United States of America, to keep 100% of all the Bitcoin the U.S. government currently holds or acquires into the future. We'll keep 100%. I hope you do well, please. This will serve in effect as the core of the strategic national Bitcoin stockpile. As planned today, I am announcing.
This is what I'm talking about. We're getting all systems go. This is so exciting what is setting up right now. And it's I mean, guys, gals, ladies, countrymen, can you? I'm so bullish. And then we also see immediately following this, Hong Kong lawmaker follows Trump in proposing strategic Bitcoin reserve. This is going to be the trend internationally for those that are going to want to maintain any sort of economic significance over the next, basically into the future. This is the trend. So shout out to the lawmakers out there that are actually working towards integrating this meaningful technology, this meaningful future, and the ability for all of us to store our value over time. Big love there. Now, continuing on, Cameron Winklevoss says, beware of the big bluff. Harris and her advisors are in the process of working on a reset with the crypto industry. Being respectful of the vice president's time, let's be crystal clear here. So we don't even need to read all this. He says, you and your party retired Joe Biden, basically forced him out of his ability to seek re-election. He's a sitting president, which means you can definitely retire Gary Gensler before November. Can you imagine if there's something moved on the needle there in the next couple weeks? Everybody, we are positioned so wonderfully right now. And we can see right here from Dagnum Pion. Shout out to the DAG fam. Trump's speech was a historic moment for blockchain. Most don't realize blockchain has already had historic movements in America. UTSA received a two-year $300,000 NSF grant to establish a national digital DigiFoundry. UTSA DigiFoundry created a new decentralized anonymous organization, and multiple government agencies, including the U.S. Treasury, Space Force, DoD, are not only part of the NDF, but also hold NDT. As digital assets surpass $1 trillion, this collaboration is paramount. Intrana IO, INT, who's also from Texas and is the chair of the Financial Product Tokenization Working Group, is also building a metagraph on Constellation DAG. Constellation DAG, I think, is positioned to be one of the most impactful altcoins over the next couple cycles. They are channel partners with us. I believe in them. I just moved a pretty nice allocation into my altcoin portfolio because I see what they are doing. They are building out. They already have infrastructure in place where they are basically They have contracts with the DoD. They have contracts with the U.S. Air Force. They're partners with IBM. They're partners with Panasonic. They are doing a $100,000 hackathon right now, basically driving developers to see how they can explore, utilize, and implement the incredible Metagraph technology. So do not sleep on DAG. It's wonderful to see what they're doing. So make sure you're also giving Dagnum a follow here at Dagnum_PI. I got to meet him while we were out at the Bitcoin conference as well. What a wonderful guy he is. So shout out to you, Dag. I don't know if you're watching or not right now, but big love to you. Now, going on. Ethereum partnering with Toyota to work together for integrating ETH blockchain into its vehicles. You're not bullish enough, everybody. You are not bullish enough. Let's go. I don't know. I cannot believe I'm not followed. We've got to follow this account. Wonderful, wonderful news. The integrations, we've only just begun. And then we can see right here, we are entering the most exciting part of the bull market. This is why I implore you, I encourage you, sign up with CoinW right now, because the best part of trading in this market is when we get a very strong established uptrend that starts to take off and push higher and higher and higher. Use that link that's pinned in the description. Use it that's right there below the video or there in the live chat. Sign up with us, deposit $100, and you're going to be able to trade alongside us where we're showing we're going to be showing setups. We're going to be taking trades together. We're going to be getting this because we are about to be taking this move right here to the upside, which is where all the money is made if you're trading. Now, I want to implore you, trade smart. Trade as a risk mitigated way of making money. Don't just go 72x long thinking you're about to be rich, because you are going to be broke if you do that. This is why I wanted to make sure it was important that everybody can learn how to utilize leverage if they're going to. How do you do it correctly? Because we are entering this banana zone right here. This doesn't look like it's fast, but it's fast as it can be. From July, look at this, all the way through less than a year. This massive growth, and we are on pace. What was this? That sideways action that happens post-halving. I've been illustrating this for y'all here on the BitLab Academy for the last couple months. Since April 19th, the day of the halving, I shared that chart showing you somewhere around 100 to 140 days is when we basically have this chop zone, and then we get released to the upside. So let's make sure that we do not mess this up, because we are entering this second half. You see this? Second half. See this? Second half. See this? Second half. The most explosive portion of this market cycle is after the halving, after a little bit of a shakeout, cool down of all the excitement, and then those of you that have those strong hands, then you get to ride this to the top. Lucas Gregory says 72x long. Laugh my off. These are the people who get wrecked and claim it's a scam. Exactly. You are so right. Shout out to you. How do I become a member in the lab? I only see the subscribe button, no member area. There should be a member area directly below on the page. Alexander G, if you can find that link, you can post it in here as well. You can also head over to BitLab Academy. We have the full academy as well, which is this link right now. We're still not past previous all-time high. So go to that link, lab.bitlabacademy.com/deal, and you can get involved in our Discord. Don't switch. We can get involved in our Discord where there's chats, there's charts, VIP charts, breakdowns on a daily basis. Corduroy is an absolute legend. John Dalton, also an absolute legend, breaking things down. Because I can't post all day long every day. Sometimes I post in here all the time. Sometimes I'm not able to for a few days because there's so much going on. But we've got an incredible community of a number of professional traders and just a wonderful group of people in here keeping you in the know. We're going to be doing quite a few member streams this week as well. There's the link right there in, I don't know if that link will work. Yeah, well, okay. That's how you join to become a BitLab member here on YouTube. And as a BitLab member on YouTube, you do get access to the member streams because I do it through a private unlisted link here through the YouTube. But let's go ahead and talk about where are we at? Boom, boom, boom. Okay, bullishness, absolute bullishness. Where are we at? Boom. So this is where we're at. We're entering this stage right here. We can see on this chart right here, this is, I say, what's in the box? Well, this is consolidation. Before what? BTC consolidation in an uptrend favors a continuation, especially considering where we're at in that market cycle. Let's go ahead and close this out. And this is, we just had a weekly close. We are sitting right here at the precipice of that next major move to the upside. Doesn't mean it's going to happen today, but sometime in the very near future, I do expect this to absolutely rip and melt higher. So let's stay prepared. Now we do see 55% of accounts with open Bitcoin positions in Binance futures are currently shorting. So there's a little bit of doubt here in the market, which is why we see all of this liquidation data right above here, because this is setting up when this does start to push up and this cuts through this will likely be a very quick move up into the 72 and then likely 74 and beyond. So let's stay smart where we're at right now. In addition to all this, altcoins. How many of you all are altcoin holders out here? How many of you have a significant portion of your crypto portfolio in altcoins? We can see that it is ready, set, bull right now. Altcoins are about to send. Which three, everybody let me know in the live chat right now, which three altcoins are you most bullish on in your crypto portfolio? Let me know. I'll be curious to see where everybody's focus is. But when we're looking at this, altcoin market cap, the total 3, I believe. Yeah, we can see when this Gaussian channel flips to this green mark, this is what we were just seeing on that second half of the bull run. See how much lower the all-time high is for altcoins before this move? Same thing right here, quite a bit lower. We just came down, tested this beautifully, come back up. This is likely going to start seeing things absolutely rip to the upside. And it's not just this chart from Milky Bull. We also got this right here, the Ethereum blow off top target, somewhere up here in the $12,000 to $15,000 range. Now, can it go beyond that? Maybe. But when we're just looking at this on a simple charted basis, almost 30% of supply is staked. No daily selling pressure like Bitcoin. Deflationary asset. All narratives born on Ethereum. That whole altcoin, all the DeFi, this was basically the teeth were cut in Ethereum, and then it was expanded over into other individual L1s that are basically competing in a way. And I hold another one, Near, Avalanche, Cardano, Polkadot, etc. But it's getting that broader exposure. But leader of RWA and tokenization, and when we come back, did I already close it out? I think I might have closed it. That new partnership with Ethereum and Toyota. If this can hold this area and start, breaking higher, then we are going to see some wonderful, wonderful trending in the altcoin market to absolutely rip to the upside. So let's stay patient here, because we can also see just a little patience, but it's on the way up. Breakout not far away anymore. Weekly, 3-day, and daily in line. Not much really show or that's different from last week, but from last time, but went into lower time frames so everyone can calm their chops. If Bitcoin goes up, alts will follow. Look at this, the dominance here, along with looking at the total market cap. We are sitting on the precipice of starting to really explode higher. I am so bullish. I'm so bullish. We got 33 likes and 145 people in the room. Everybody do your part. Hit that like button. Show some love to the stream. Let YouTube know that they should be sharing this with everybody out there. Now, coming on here to the next thing. Dagnum also shared that Bitcoin National Reserve is a great start, but Bitcoin is just scratching the surface. There's so much going on here in this market. There's going to be some absolute explosive opportunity in the altcoin market as well, because there's going to be integrations. They're not going to use Bitcoin for secure transactions. They'll store it. They'll use it as a store of value with U.S. governments, but they're going to be using things like DAG. They're going to be using things like Near Protocol. The broader corporations and institutions are going to be implementing, and it's going to depend on each one, Avalanche and all these other, Polkadot, all these different utility altcoins that are going to provide decentralization of not only data sharing, but data storage, but also the ability to, as the implementation of AI expands into the future, these assets, I mean, it makes me laugh because I'm so damn bullish. Now, before we get into some TA, make sure you're giving me a follow here at Kelly Kellum, Kelly KELLAM. Let's see if we can get me over 26,000 today. I think we only need like 60 follows there. And then, of course, BitLab Academy here at Academy BitLab. And now I think it's time to get into some of these charts. Capital flow. This is looking beautiful. We've talked about this resetting with the capital flow exploding higher. This is money coming into Bitcoin and then coming back, resetting. Well, look at this. This had 8 resets of 26 to 40 something % on the way up in 2017. 8. Each time this comes back and resets, it's just correlated also with these drops in price action on the way up. But we see the capital flow come back, reset. That's the launch point for a continuation of the upside. Come back, reset, launch point, so on and so forth. And we're seeing this came back, reset. A little bit of a fake out as we're consolidating here, but came back, reset again, and now trending back to the upside. Now, as we're storing our assets into the future, as we are changing our perspective on what we are allocating to in the future, we got to make sure that we protect the crypto that we're holding. Make sure you head over. This channel is powered by Arculus. Head over to getarculus.com, the best crypto cold storage solution that is out there. Make sure you're protecting your crypto. Make sure you're protecting your future. GetArculus.com. Use code LAB10, LAB10, LAB10 for 10% off. Get the best crypto cold storage solution you can get out there. Now, we talked about this liquidity above us. We're getting a little bit of a move to the downside. We have this rising wedge that we currently are trading below this trend line. I would not rule out a potential move up and then a deeper move to the downside coming into this 65, 60, maybe even potentially down here into this 63 zone. But remember, everybody, we still have this massive gap from a couple, it was about almost 2 weeks ago, from $58,000 to $60,000 as it would relate on the chart of the actual Bitcoin price. We also have this gap right here, 66 to 65,000. I think this gap will more likely than get filled. I'm not entirely sure if this one will get filled, but I do think there could be an opportunity. If the price does come into this area, this would be a wonderful opportunity zone. Now, Dave Middleton says there's a bull flag on the total 3 chart. Well, let's look at it. Look at all this washout, up, down, and then trap to the upside, trap to the downside, coming right into this basically chop zone. What we're really watching for on the total 3, let's get out a little larger. Man, look at all this consolidation to the downside. Once we break out of this zone, I think we've got so much bullishness. We got so much bullishness coming to this market. Now, coming back over to ETH, let's go to zoom in here a little bit. Let's move this over. Boom. Moving this over out the way. This is really what I'm watching on ETH. On ETH, we have this trend line that has been a lot of support, and now it's been acting as a lot of resistance all the way from, let's call it from here, from October 2023. It's been support here. It was support here. It was support here, and then we lost it. And we could actually call this a bit of a fake out, rejection at this zone. Of course, yeah, we had the ETH ETF. Everybody's wondering, is this a sell-off, a sell the news event? Well, we also saw a couple days ago, I think it was Thursday, I was showing you that the broader traditional markets were having a pretty significant pullback themselves. So some of this, yes, might be a sell the news event on Ethereum, but also we are seeing a bit of a washout across the board on assets. What's most important here, though, is that we have a low, a higher low, and we want to watch if this does drop. Are we going to basically double bottom here, this 3,100 zone, or is this going to hold this level and then actually work its way back up? But remember this long line, this long trend line that we discussed. We're watching for, when Ethereum comes into this level, because look at how many trend lines are here. We have this trend line that's coming down. We have this rising trend line here. We have this horizontal level that we've identified. The price has had a lot of interaction with. This is going to be a sort of a gate for major upside, I think, once we are able to clear above the $3,500 to $3,600 zone. That's really when things start to get exciting. Dave Middleton says, I've been laddering out of DOT, bought last year, and this thing hasn't done squat. Feel like there's better projects with better returns. I just keep a few in the staking pool. Well, I don't agree with that. I think DOT, remember, I have a video coming out. I meant to put it out this weekend, but I was just slammed with everything going on with the conference. If we look at DOT, it's basically just been in this consolidation range. But when I look at, I'm not just looking at the price chart. I just went through the Polkadot Decoded event, and it was incredible how many different projects there, all the different parachains that were working together. They weren't just there at the conference together. They were on stage actually discussing how they were working together to build better solutions, to really dominate in the interoperability space, to really bring in RWAs. There was so much going on. So when I see this, it's like, oh, you might feel like it's suppressed. Well, this has just been consolidating in this range. And when we see this, currently it's sitting with a higher low. You know, we have this large washout, boom, all the way down in here. But then on this move back down, the bulls have held this region. We have this order block zone right here. We've held this region so far. If Polkadot maybe has another little wick washout, if this can hold this zone and break out into this zone, this is where we're really watching this $6 to $6.50. This is a pretty large zone, I know, but we can see that this has been explored on the bottom side of the range and right here. So support here and then support on the top side. Support here and on the bottom side. Rejection, rejection. You see all this interaction with the zone. This is going to be the gates for Polkadot that once we clear up into this, I do expect a little bit of a rejection here. Come back down, find some support, and then work its way up through here. Polkadot, I think, is going to do some really big things. I'm still very bullish on Polkadot. In fact, we still have it in the portfolio here, the altcoin portfolio that I've been sharing with you all. See more assets. Boom. Still got that bag. It's down a little bit, but that's okay. I'll be doing my next allocation soon, my next DCA. And remember, we're going to be with that CoinW. For those of you that sign up with the CoinW, getting up to $30,500 in bonuses. That link is pinned in the top of the description there. You're going to be able to trade with us. And it's going to be Bitcoin. It'll be some other altcoins. We're going to be looking for setups and finding where to make those moves so we can capitalize on this this continuation of this bull trend. So do not sleep on DOT. I'm still very, very bullish. And Polkadot, I'll say it, and I've told you all, Polkadot is also a channel partner, but I went to Decoded. I saw these things. I've learned about what's going on with Centrifuge and their integrations with DIA and Nova Wallet. There's so much that they're doing that I'm very bullish on it, which is why I've got that bag. So now let's go ahead and let's look at a couple other ones. Stacks, I noticed, is coming up into a zone as well. How many of you hold Stacks? If you're bullish on the BRC20 narrative, throw a 1 in chat. If you think it's a dud and it's not going to do anything, throw a 2 in chat. I'm curious. Some people are not excited about it anymore because they thought it was going to explode the second we had the halving and we had runes come out and all that. But I think it's going to take a little bit of time. But once this starts moving and we start seeing institutions really pile in and they start understanding Bitcoin, and then because of that start understanding DeFi and what's possible, then I do think that BRC20 narrative is going to push quite a bit higher. There is a bit of a bearish, I don't want to say bearish, but a little bit of a setup here that we need to be concerned about. If we make this red and make this blue, oops, yeah, trend line. Oh. There we go. Make this red and blue so we can just see what we're talking about here. We do have basically a rising wedge into this trend line. If Stacks, I wouldn't count out another washout to the downside in this basically $1.66 range, maybe a little higher, $1.73. But once we clear this zone and take out this basically midterm time frame since end of March, it's been trending to the downside, but these falling patterns eventually break bullish. So once we do clear this, remember we're talking about the gateways to those huge gains. This is an area I'm watching. I'm watching the 228 to 248. This zone right in here, because we have these order blocks, 2 order blocks that are in here, as well as this zone of support, 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 rejection, rejection, rejection. Perfectly defining this box. This is going to be the gateway of really starting to see bullish bullish action. Dave Middleton says he likes Nova Wallet. Well, shout out to you, Dave Middleton. Thanks for always being here as well. But this is, I mean, guys, this is the setups. We're coming into the end of that last opportunity to see prices of a lot of these alts where they're at before they truly break higher. Let's look at Near. Near, this has been trading to perfection with what we've been showing on the charts here. Had the rising channel, broke out, had a confirmation of the breakout to the downside. Speaking of that narrative, any thoughts on Dog? I can look at Dog. I don't know what Dog is. I don't follow a lot of memes, but we can look at it. Thank you for the super chat. But we see this breakdown, the confirmation of the breakdown on this retest up. What am I talking about when I say that? Confirmation is this battle between the bulls and the bears. You're watching for a break of a known level, which is this trend line right here, right? The breakdown of it, when the bulls try to overtake it, they don't have the confidence to do so. So then they basically take profits because there's not a lot of buying pressure agreeing with that. And then the bears take back over. But look, they try one more time. And then because the bulls cannot get above this trend line, it confirms the move that the bears are in charge. And then what do we get? The bulls say, okay, we're out, boom. Then you get the move to the downside. So what we're seeing right now, we're seeing a little bit of hesitation in this narrative of bulls or bears. Why do I say that? Because much like we saw in Bitcoin, we're having this sort of consolidation. It's slightly angled to the downside. What up with Aerodrome and Velodrome? We could take a look at those as well. But we're seeing this comes up into just short of, basically rejects just below this order block area. These order blocks, which are automatically printed on the chart when you use the BitLab trading stack. By the way, again, remember, you can sign up for BitLab Academy using this link right there, lab.bitlabacademy.com/deal. This is I think it's 15 days free. And then it's like a 30-something% discount for the life of your account. When you sign up there, you get access to the Discord. The second you sign up for the Discord, then you can sign up for the BitLab trading stack indicators at a hugely reduced price. And this volume is part of it. The BitLab Trend Fuel, which is all these oscillators at the bottom, but then also the BitLab Intelligence that gives you these very clear signals using moving averages and these dynamic resistance zones and dynamic support zones, the weekly VWAP, these bearish signals and bullish signals, and also showing, look at these divergences stacking up, all part of the BitLab trading stack. And this was showing weakness coming under the zone. We had high buying volume. We could tell because these candles are green, teal. And then we got a bearish signal right here. And look, we tried to come back up and failed, came back down. And then the breakdown here followed these three bearish divergences. Boom. But we're still consolidating in this zone. What we want to see is look at this. This came perfectly down to the golden pocket right here. Boom, bounced up, got rejected at the weekly VWAP, came back down, tried to get through, and it's fighting to get through this weekly VWAP, which is this yellow line. If this can hold this order block zone right here and above this golden pocket, and we could basically break above this, have a small rejection to come back down and do that confirmation that the bulls are in charge by having the push up, having a sell-off be defended by the bulls, and then move up. This is our gateway, this 624 to 659. Once we clear this zone, we still have some work to do up in here, but you're starting to really define a low, a much higher low. We also would have this W formation, and this would be showing that we're back into a midterm uptrend on this. Now let's look at DAG. Remember, I was talking about DAG earlier. Well, let's look at what's going on with DAG. DAG is, this is a beautiful setup, especially with how strong fundamentally they are with all the contracts they have with the Department of Defense and U.S. Air Force. And they have one of the board members from the U.S. Treasury on their team. The way they're set up, I'm so bullish on this. And we're seeing this falling wedge. And just to get back to previous all-time high, boom, that's a 14x. You guys realize that? Boom. And this is setting up. We got two bullish divergences right here. We're in a falling wedge, which is a bullish structure. We still have a little bit of negative money flow, but I do think that as this, remember, they just announced a partnership with Panasonic also. This is looking like it's setting up for a great buy opportunity. Anywhere at this price level, if this dips any further, this is a strong buy opportunity. This is not financial advice. This is strategy advice based on what we're seeing in the charts. When you have something so strong fundamentally, and we're seeing the setup, take your shot. Now you want to see dog. I don't know what dog is, so let's look at dog. You're not talking about Doge, right? You're talking about dog. Is this what you're talking about? Dog on Tether? I mean, there's no data here. So I can't, it's hard to give TA on something with no data. So this is, I mean, look at this massive wick. Massive candle, boom, and then sell off down, move up with quite a bit less movement to the upside. Sell off down, we are finding a little bit of support here, but we have massive negative flows here. So this is not giving me confidence. I'd like to see this flip back with positive money flow on here before I don't mind missing some of this move. But I'd be waiting for the money flow to say, yeah, we're agreeing with buying. What's up, Melissa? Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I agree with that. Stargazer wallet to buy Doge. Yeah, I bought Doge. Not Doge. DAG. I bought DAG on MEXC, I believe. Sui. Let's look at Sui. We haven't looked at Sui in a while. I think Sui's a great project. Let's turn off all the indicators, get it a little bit more clearer. 12-hour. So Sui, boom, kind of looks like that dog chart. But this is what I'd be watching right here. Boom. This trend line right here is going to be very important. And we've got, do we have a bit of it's more of a falling channel. Yeah, falling channel. It's almost a falling wedge. It's kind of both. But Sui, we're getting these bearish divergences that launch us up, finding resistance here. If we can maintain this higher low and break out here, I'd be watching for a little bit of a rejection somewhere in this zone, this 87 cents to 94 cent zone. Likely retest down and then continuation of the upside. But this is setting up for a likely pretty strong move. Once again, the money flow is still negative. Once we start getting stronger money flow, you see how this flipped, this supported that move to the upside. We'd like to see this get above this trend line. Yeah, rejection somewhere south of $1, I'm thinking, with all of this zone right here. We can draw it on the chart. This zone, boom. So everybody sees this. Everybody sees this. Thank you, Brutal. I appreciate the super chat as well. And thank you for letting me know what it was. Everybody sees this. They might be excited and they want to trade this because they want to make a lot of money, and then they front run the breakout here only to have it reverse, like even right here. Oh, it wicked up, and then they go long, and then it drops down here, and they either get liquidated or they take a substantial loss. Well, there was no confirmation here. This is why you want to be okay with not catching all of the move. I want this to break out, come back and test this, find support, and then break back to the upside. And then in reality, I would wait to clear this zone. Why? Because very likely this is going to, people buy this when they try to catch some of the, but then this gets rejected, comes down, tests again, and then you get the move. So it's okay if you miss some of the move. We're going to be breaking all this down, looking at charts, meeting privately, everybody, and you'll have access to it. It's free. All you have to do is sign up right there with CoinW. The link is pinned in the top of the comments. And it's also down below our video. If you go down into the description right here, press more, and then you'll see this link right here. I'll put it in here again. Join here. Join our BitLab. Join CoinW. Trade with us. All you have to do is deposit $100 USDT, and this is going to be kicking off here literally in a matter of days. And I'm going to be breaking down everything you need to know. Oh yeah, and it's your money. It's $100 that you put in your account so you can trade with it. We don't have access to that. I just want to make sure that you guys stay on the right side of these trends. Where are we at? Sui. So let's let's trade these things right. GRT, let's look at that. GRT, fighting to get through its gate right there. This big block. All of this rejection, support, chop through it. Rejection at the top side. Look, now we broke back down. We want to see GRT in the zone, find support, and then continue on there. As it stands right now, we have this large move V-shaped recovery. We want to maintain this higher low narrative if we're expecting this to break out, but also negative money flow. See right there? Things are people are kind of waiting. I think we're going to start seeing the impact of Trump's talk and what that means, what that's signaling to the broader public. Over this next 6 weeks, we're going to start seeing people engage. We're going to see corporations talking about strategic reserves or getting Bitcoin on their balance sheets and so on and so forth. SMT, one of my favorite RWA plays, Swarm Markets. Boom. Look at this. We have this sort of falling wedge, but then the deviation below. See, confirmed breakdown? It did. But then that was just a fake out. Comes back up. Now we're finding a higher low, and we're flirting with breaking out of the zone. We want to clear on SMT. I would say that we need to clear this zone right here. So what we want to see on SMT is a push up into the zone, find support. We want to see something like this to really start getting. You could get bullish the second it breaks out, but you're going to get yourself caught in trouble. Let it break out. Let it do the work of flushing out some people with weak hands. And then once it comes up and finds support, that's when you start to really mitigate your risk and take smart trades. And none of you should be trading with your entire portfolio. Anybody that will tell you that makes money in this market, like I have, like CryptoFace has, like Frankie Candles has, you talk to any of these folks that are doing this professionally, you allocate a specific portion of your portfolio to trading, and you take profits on your trades to where my method is I put 30% of the profits into my long-term hold portfolio. I keep 30% in the trading portfolio, so it's going up over time, and I'll kind of adjust the last 30%, but I will rotate money out into actual fiat currency. But fiat's trash. Yeah, but we still need to pay for life's goods, vacations, gifts for our friends and family, loved ones, servicing any debt you might have, which if you're trading, you shouldn't have debt. So let's just realize all that. Did we look at VELO? No, let's get back in there. Let's do Aerodrome, VELO. Boom, boom, boom. Where's Aerodrome? Man, it's a messy chart. Let's clean it up a little bit, guys. Let's clean it up a little bit. And then we'll look at AVAX, and that'll be it for today. Okay, so, we had this sort of falling wedge with the bear trap, if I've ever seen one. Bear trap, back up. You had opportunity all the way down here, 40 cents. Remember the all-time high was up here at 240, and this went down to 40 cents? Opportunity. And this just pushes up. And then what do we talk about? Testing where the bulls are going to come in on some sell pressure. Why sell pressure here? Well, look at where all the chop was before. The price came into that zone. Some people took some profits. Reset. We have a higher low now. And the bulls are trying to bring it back up. But let's be a little patient here because there's still room for washout. So this is what I'm looking at here. We have this order block directly below us, but negative money flow. You see this? What would be the most upsetting right now? What would be the most upsetting in the market right now is a washout. I'm so bullish on everything in the market with everything that just happened with Cynthia Loomis and Donald Trump talking about Bitcoin at the Bitcoin conference, with how much appetite there is for the ETFs, with Ethereum ETF just going live, with the setup of our lifetime for the bullishness in the crypto market. What would be the worst thing to happen right now is to get yourself chopped out if the market has a washout, a final washout before it absolutely rips higher. Protect yourself. Trade smart if you're going to trade. Don't put your entire portfolio in a trading account. Store your assets also on things like Arculus, which is the best crypto cold storage solution. Be smart because the best is yet to come. And if there's a washout before that, I'd hate for you to get chopped out because you're trading emotionally. So with that being said, let's look at Aerodrome. This is, I mean, we got that fake out bear trap here. Boom. If we can maintain these higher lows and not, I would say, drop below the 81 cent level, looks like it's setting up to clear up into this basically dollar range, a little bit of chop, and then that continuation that we'd be looking at basically here, $1.28 range. And then here, we can do a box right in the zone, right in the zone. Boom. This is going to be the important zone here. Yes, the previous all-time high is important, but all this chop in here that has all the support, the $1.40 to $1.55 range is going to be very important to Aerodrome. Now, Velodrome. How many of you are Velodromes? Let's see. Wait, is this Velodrome? There's two different Velos. Velodrome. There we go. Okay. Let's go to the daily. So, I mean, look at this. Massive sell-off into massive pump to the upside, into a washout back to the downside. But this is, it's like Aerodrome, but it's a Velodrome. Velodrome is it's a DEX for optimism. And optimism is, very integrated in terms of the culture of crypto with really big names and people involved in their integrations with like Coinbase and a lot of different things out there. But look, we broke out. We have a breakout. And what is it doing right now? It's attempting. It hasn't yet done it, but it is attempting to have that breakout, retest, confirmation, breakout to the upside. So this is the area that we're watching right here. We're watching for if the bulls can take over and push this higher. First step is 11.7 cents. And the more important zone is going to be up here at 13.7, which is where all of this is. All of these tops, all of that interest at those price levels. So we want to watch if this can clear this, then we're going to look for that confirmation and move to the upside. But we're getting negative money flow here. We are seeing on the daily this. The stochastics are fairly reset down in here. RSI is finding some support here and starting to curve back up. So I do think it's in the cards potentially for this to make that move. But is it yet? Let the price action do the work for you. So as it stands right now, this had the test back down. It's found support. If this does come back down here again, we're going to want to watch what the data is saying when this comes down here. We'll track this with you all live, but over the next few days. But as this starts to clear this level, see all of this choppy zone right here, this choppiness right here, boom. If this can clear this, then we're watching for a real clear of that 11.7 cent range and then a potential continuation. But we got to pay attention to Bitcoin and everything going on there. Let's look at a couple more, and then because I said I want to look at Avalanche. I mean, this came right down to that level that we talked about. We marked this level out. Where'd it do? Boom. Bounce, came down, dropped to this level. Now, look, we do have a bit of a higher low, but we're getting a little bit of weakness in the charts. But the stochastics have reset. The RSI is reset. But we're getting a lot of sell pressure. How do I know that? Because the BitLab Trading Stack shows us. These are purple. You see how they're purple? Because the BitLab Trading Stack shows when there's a lot of selling, more selling than in the last average previous candles. So we're seeing a lot of sell pressure, stopping volume, but then now they're trying as hard as they can, but the stochastics and the RSI have kind of reset. If we do lose this level, right in this zone, this 27.20 range, I do think that we're going to come back down here into the 26 range. But I'm super bullish on Avalanche going into the second half of the bull market. Look at these bearish divergences. It just told us there's weakness coming in. Before this pump up here, look at this. bullish setup, 5 bullish divergences, bullish signal, 6 bullish divergences, still a little bit of chop, but then boom, it launched. That wasn't a terribly small move, 6-7%, very tradable. Now we got to look at Solana. Solana doing some work here too. So boom. So Solana doing some work, broke out. Let's go ahead and delete this. Well, we have this Fibonacci from the top here to the bottom here. And we see this was basically fighting, this little consolidation point was fighting to get through that golden pocket right in here. And it kind of got rejected, but it was really a confirmation test of the breakout of this descending trend line. So this is an attempt. Why does this keep moving on me? This is an attempt. And then we get the confirmation the bulls are in charge, and then we're getting that move higher right into that next fib. The 786, perfectly in line with where this order block resistance level is from the BitLab trading stack. And then if that wasn't enough, we also saw that, as we're getting bullish divergences coming in here. But there's a little concern with this move because you see these the momentum waves. We're getting a bit of a bearish divergence coming up into this. So I don't want to say concerned. I watch for a potential sort of washout down. It's not a big move, but coming down here into this 179 range, which would also just be a double test of this golden pocket. But guys, I'm bullish. I'm feeling good. We're getting this, we have this this rising wedge on Bitcoin. So what do rising wedges do? They tend to have a breakout to the downside. We're getting this right now. We're just clearing out this order block. If we lose this zone, I'm watching for a likely move into this 65. And remember, it's not the end of the world if we drop further because we have the CME Futures gap, which is down here about the $60,000 range, which it sets up exactly what I just said a few minutes ago regarding there's so much bullishness in the market right now. There's an opportunity here for those that are prepared with a little bit of capital on the sideline to take advantage of this market if there is a final washout before all things are absolutely bullish. But when we look back on this in history, when we look back what's going on in this market over the last 14 years, imagine where we're going to be 3 years from now, because when we zoom out on this chart and we can see on this chart, let me double click here. When we see on this chart what this looks like over time, we are at this point in history right here. We are roughly at about this point in history right here. This most bullish part of the market cycle happens roughly starting about where we're at right now in the market. And this felt so high back then. Oh my God, it went up to $1,200. And then it's over because it crashed to 900. But then it went from 900 all the way up to $20,000. This move was absolutely incredible. Similar. This felt like can it go over 20,000? Michael Saylor thinks it's going to be $13 million a coin, and you think it's high? You think it's high at $68,000? This is an asset unlike no other asset that we've ever seen in the history of the world, with the fixed supply. With only now seeing all these new capital channels coming in, with now having one of the most famous people in the world, who's also a former president and also running. He's a candidate for president this cycle. And they're talking about doing regulation within the government to buy and hold Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset. I am bullish. And if you are not, if you're scared right now, you just need to look at that data we were talking about earlier. I think I still have it here. I closed it all. Just look at that data. 1% devaluation of your fiat currency every 30 days right now. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding the bell. That's all I got, everybody. We're going to be heading over to the DGen Alpha channel and checking him out. If you want to trade with us, we're going to be doing live trading, private. But we're going to be doing live trading and keeping you in the know how to use CoinW, what trades, the trades I'm taking and when, doing the setups, showing exactly how I'm doing it. Get involved. Head over to that link in the description, pinned at the top. It's right there. Join us at CoinW. And again, shout out to our channel sponsor, Arculus. Big love. Appreciate the partnership we have with them because it is the best crypto cold storage solution. Stay tuned because I'm going to be doing extra videos this week here on the YouTube as well as member streams. So stay tuned because we got a lot of stuff that we got to cover this week because there's a lot of stuff going on in the news and what's going on with, I want to make sure that I keep you guys in the know. Everybody hit that like button. That's all I got. Adios, muchachos. Thank you for coming. Hope tomorrow my voice isn't hoarse again. Adios.